Ian. Just going to make a short video on how I tend to do things in these online courses. This worked really well for me last spring, but I'm also kind of an overly controlling person, and I know everyone has their style, so feel free to do things however you want. But what I like to do is I primarily use announcements and assignments to communicate with students. Announcements before each lesson, usually probably by the end of the previous day. I like to time an announcement that I title this way, the Unit 1, Lesson 1 class meetings. And you can see I use this coding just to organize lessons. It's something I picked up from Sue Denny. It just helps me stay organized, helps me remember where things are, and I think it helps the students too, using this U1, L1, U1, L2, and so on. But that announcement is literally just, I recycle this text every time, so I make this announcement before every class, but it's just a link to the Zoom classroom in case kids lose track of that, and it's a link to the homework that is due. That's not here because this is one of our first lessons, so there is no homework, but it's just a reminder about what time to join and the resources they need, and a reminder to go to the Q&A discussion board if they have any questions. I think just keep posting this to kids all the time, I think is just helpful. So I usually make an announcement like that before each lesson. Then for the lesson itself, I create an assignment that's ungraded. So it's an option you can list under. When you create an assignment, you can say, whether it's points or percentage, but with the last option is ungraded. And I always call it the tasks for Unit 1, Lesson 1, task for Unit 4, Lesson 2, and I put the date there as well. And this is literally my lesson plan. So like when I am teaching, I will have this open and I refer to it as well, and then all the students have it open as well. And it's literally just a breakdown, right? I've got my Zoom address up here, and then here's what we're going to start with. The do now, I'm going to have them do a survey, tell them to be ready to share their name, where they currently are, interest in the topic, quick reminder about not panicking if they don't have certain materials, that we'll work that out. Then all the links I have for walking them through the course, about me, and so my plan is to show them each of these, and not to take too long, but to give them an idea of what's available to them, and then get into that Google Slide activity. Here's a link to that actual Google Doc that the students will be able to click on, and this is where the meat of the lesson will be. Probably, I'm hoping that this stuff, introduction will probably take 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. This will probably take another 15 minutes, so it'll be a half hour into our hour-long class. This I'd give them about 15 to 20 minutes to work on, and then we'd use the last 10 minutes maybe for shares, and then looking at the homework. And so this is a link to the homework, same link to the Google Slide. This is actually linked to an assignment in Canvas that I created, just a 10-point, I think a 5 or 10-point assignment I made is the Google Slide collage. Links again to the descriptions and things like that. But again, this is what I use during the lesson. When the lesson is over, I time it so that another announcement gets released right at the end of the class. You can set the times for releasing these things, and I like to use that. And it's just this UNAMP homework due Monday 9/14, which is the next time we'll meet. And all I've done is I literally copied and pasted the text from the very end of that lesson plan where I had the homework. This is the exact same text, it's just there in announcement form. And so the students can always come back and find this. And I like doing it this way. I know it's a lot of, you'll see that as the year goes on, it's a lot of announcements and a lot of assignments. But it's just nice having everything in one place. And what I like too is that when you go to the home page, announcements, you can set it up in the settings that announcements show up at the very top of the homepage, and so students will see that. They will see, here is where class is going to be today, and here's the time. And then once class is over, the announcement for their homework will appear right here, and they can click on it, as well as in their to-do list and everything else, because I create assignments that line up with that. And again, my goal for using this little table that we've been given a template for is basically a repository for all these links. So the U1L1 plan, when they click on that, it takes them to that ungraded assignment, which is literally a detailed walkthrough of everything we did in that lesson. And then here, homework due, when they click on that, it takes them to that announcement that then has all the relevant links to it. And again, it's redundant, but here, homework due, that'll be the same link to the same homework assignment announcement. And I think it's just helpful. It's all organized. It's very easy for me to show students, here's where you need to go to find these things, and keeps it organized. But again, you can kind of come up with your own system. This is my first time using this table format too, and so we'll kind of see how it goes. And I always look for feedback from students too. They'll tell you pretty quickly whether they like something or not. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, I created a Google Doc where I back up all my stuff into the Google Docs just because it's helpful for my records too. But there's that first announcement I would release right before class. Here's the assignment I create to work through during class. And then here's the announcement for the homework. So you can copy and paste in that Google Doc, or you can go right into my course and get it there. So hopefully that's helpful, and I'm always available for questions and to help you through things. Thanks.